Okay, this is my first attempt at creating a commercial for a Cambrian House idea, but here it goes. Essentially, I'm going to be telling you about my idea for graph of life, as you can see up here in the top left-hand corner. Now, I put together a little screen. This is actually just an image. Obviously, does not function. However, given that it was so difficult to explain in the short space that I had on Cambrian House, I just wanted to give you some idea of what I had in mind. Essentially, I see graph of life of being a Flickr meets Wikipedia kind of concept. Flickr in the sense that obviously it involves pictures, but it adds another meta layer of information to the pictures, and that is it puts them chronologically. So you're able to put pictures on a timeline so that you know where they occurred and when they occurred, time and space wise. So basically what I've got here is I sort of imagine it being like video editing software, and you can see down here I've created you got three different what I call tracks, okay? And these are the same things up here. These are tracks just represented by a bar on this timeline. The track represents a person's life. It starts when the time they were born and goes, of course, until either the present time or until the time that they died. And you're able to see that for myself, I put myself on here. So essentially you could add more pictures, add pictures to tracks, and you could add several pictures to this different track, and you could just hold it and drag it different places on this track, and the month and the year would pop up as you hover over it, as well as the image on either side of the place where you could let it go. And then once you let it go, of course, it stays in that approximate location. It stays in that exact location until you move it. And like Flickr and other photo editing sites, you're able to create tags. Essentially see graph of life of being a mix between sort of a Flickr and a Wikipedia. It's got the community aspect of Wikipedia, as well as similar to Flickr in that it mainly revolves around pictures and tagging and things of that nature. So on the screen you can see a couple different things. First of all, over here on the left side you see community tracks. I see the community tracks as being sort of the Wikipedia concept, and that one of these tracks would represent all of existence, and people could put pictures on could tag pictures and then place them on the master track with in the proper time and space, so that they are in fact remain chronological. Example being July 4th. If you went to somebody saw a fireworks show July 4th 2000, then they would of course put that on the year 2000 in the month of July. Now and then you see personal master tracks, and by master track what's implied by that is that each track represents a person's life. This is me. That really is me, by the way. And I was born in 1975. I'm getting old, and so this represents my life, starting the year I was born, and then ending, well, either current, up to date, or ending whenever I die. And but then you additionally have what are called what I called subtracks, and those are essentially tracks that you've created based upon tags. For instance, if I want to click on birthday and pull out all the pictures that have a tag of birthday, then that would create a new track that I could show here. And like video editing software, I can play several tracks at once. You can see the players for each of the tracks. Of course, if I were to play these three tracks, you would see track one player, which is me, would begin playing immediately, whereas Susan, not my wife's real name, would begin playing on track 2 at about 1977. And then for a small period in 2000, 2001, you would see track 3 player, which is representative of a sub-track called Vacation. Just to give you some example of what we're looking at. I really see this idea being incredibly useful both on a personal level but also on a community level. You can see here just sort of created some ideas for actions. You're of course able to add pictures to tracks. You'll drag a picture from a file, hover on the track, you'll see the month, the year of where you're on the wherever you are on the track. Will have a representation of month and year, as well as show pictures on either side of where you're going to drop it, so that you can make sure that you get the proper placement. And then you know, we're going to tag pictures, which is pretty common these days. You can add an audio track to a track. And then probably most importantly, and this is the utility of it, is the export track function. I envision people wanting to export tracks for whether it be MySpace, they want to export it and they want to buy it, you know, DVD quality video, put it on an iPod, whatever. I really see people purchasing either a membership or maybe having membership levels, so that, you know, basic membership is free. You can export up to 3 files, but if you want a gold or platinum membership, then you could export, you know, unlimited number of times. I envision this being useful, of course. Some utility of all this is again just keeping pictures in their proper place and proper time. So I know that if my daughter, if I have pictures of my daughter at a zoo, I not only want to know that that's my daughter and that she's at a zoo, but I really want to know what zoo, and that's going to come in with the tags, but also when that occurred, because 10 years from now, 20 years from now, I'm not going to remember. I experienced the same problem whenever I look at pictures of my childhood. Have no idea half the time if it's even me. But second of all, you know, where I was at, what I was doing, about how old I was. People sit around and guess, but the truth is nobody really knows. And I'd really like to have a representation of that. Over time, you really create what's a moving, what I would consider a moving horizontal family tree, because you could have multiple family members on this palette, as I call it, simultaneous tracks. So as they play, you would really be able to see, for instance, what mom, dad, and the 2 kids, or whatever, what everybody was doing at a particular time in their life, approximately. Sometimes those are going to be the same things, sometimes those are going to be very different things, but all in all, I really see this being incredibly useful. I think it's a great idea. I think it's something that fits well with the Cambrian House mission, so I look forward to getting more good votes and entering the next tournament, and hopefully good things will come from that.